So the matchup of the year is set, and it's a rematch of 2020. It's the same teams even. It's the red team versus the other red team. That's right. The Kansas City Chiefs are set to face off yet again against the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 58. Okay. All right. If you thought that was a wind-up to the likely battle between President Biden and Donald Trump in 2024, well, it is also that, too. And that is because, bear with me here, a segment of right-wing media is convinced that the Kansas City Chiefs qualifying for the Super Bowl this year is actually a vast left-wing conspiracy. This plot all centers around the relationship between Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce and superstar musician Taylor Swift. A relationship the right wing now believes is actually a deep state conspiracy to elect Joe Biden. I am not kidding.
Taylor Swift, a government psyop?
Now, it is possible that Taylor Swift, quite frankly, does not know that she is being utilized in a covert manner to swing voters.
Last year, a single Instagram post led to 35,000 new voter registration.
Think about this, Carly. 45,000 battleground state votes decided the last election,
Wow.
so it does matter.
There's that poll where 18% of the electorate says they would follow her endorsement, and 3 out of 10 people under 35.
Isn't it interesting? She just so happens to be dating Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, better known as Mr. Pfizer. Oh, who's now also going to the Super Bowl. Let's be real here. This is bread and circuses on steroids.
Former presidential candidate and current Trump lackey Vivek Ramaswamy described the conspiracy this way. I wonder who's going to win the Super Bowl next month, and I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially propped up couple this fall. Okay, now, first of all, the Kansas City Chiefs have made it to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. So the fact that they made it again this year is not only not a conspiracy, it is not even surprising. Even to people who only watch football once a year, like me. But beyond that, the idea that the U.S. government tricked Taylor Swift into getting political with a deep state psyop, that idea ignores the actual verifiable reason Taylor Swift decided to go public with her politics in the first place. Here she is in the documentary Miss Americana, talking about why she decided to make her first ever political statement in more than a decade of fame.
These aren't your dad's celebrities, and these aren't your dad's Republicans.
Well, imagine if we came to you and said, hey, we've got this idea that we could halve the number of people that come to you next to it.
The other thing, just from a security standpoint, Taylor Swift comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
That was Taylor Swift in 2018. Right after that scene, Taylor Swift endorsed the Democratic competitor to Republican Marsha Blackburn in the Tennessee Senate race. Clearly, Ms. Swift knew that she could lose fans over that decision. But this wasn't about popularity, and it wasn't because the Democratic deep state spiked her coffee. Taylor Swift got political because, it seems, she actually cared about the issues. Here she is talking about why she couldn't support Marsha Blackburn in that Senate race.
It really is a big deal to me. She votes against fair pay for women. She votes against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act, which is just basically protecting us from domestic abuse and stalking. She thinks that if you're a gay couple, or even if you look like a gay couple, you should be allowed to be kicked out of a restaurant. It's really basic human rights, and it's right and wrong at this point. And I can't see another commercial and see her disguising these policies behind the words Tennessee Christian values. Those aren't Tennessee Christian values. I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for.
So that is why Taylor Swift waded into politics. And that is why in 2020 she endorsed Joe Biden for president. And as it turns out, getting political does not seem to have hurt Taylor Swift. In the years since she endorsed Biden in 2020, Taylor Swift has gone on what is arguably one of the most successful tours ever. All around the globe, she is selling out the biggest venues imaginable. Her concerts are so popular that the Federal Reserve says her tour literally boosted the national economy. So why can't the right believe that Taylor Swift is just naturally popular and naturally believes the things she believes? Why can't the right believe that the Kansas City Chiefs got to the Super Bowl because they're just really good at football? Why can't they believe that two popular, foxy celebrities might actually just want to date each other? Well, usually when someone comes up with a conspiracy theory, it's because they don't want to believe the truth. In this case, I think Republicans, and the Trump team in particular, don't want to believe how grossly unpopular their policies are. And instead of changing their unpopular policies, they are doubling down on them. We see in poll after poll that upwards of 60% of Americans support the right to an abortion. Abortion access is incredibly popular. And yet, new reporting out of Politico today shows that right-wing organizations are already drafting executive orders for Trump to sign on day one, if he is reelected, orders that would outlaw the most common form of medication abortion and bar Americans from being able to get abortion medications in the mail. While 57% of Americans say they would not vote for Donald Trump if he was convicted of a felony, Rolling Stone is out with new reporting this week that Donald Trump is plotting a way to give presidents legal immunity for life, assuming he is reelected. The list goes on. While the majority of Americans support the Affordable Care Act, Trump says he wants to repeal it. While the majority of Americans didn't support Trump's 2017 corporate tax cuts, Trump says he wants to pass a new round of them if he's reelected. Republicans don't want to own up to the reality that their ideas are hugely unpopular and that what they are doing right now, today, is making their party more and more unpopular every day. So rather than accept the reality, the right has created its own reality. And in doing so, the right is kind of telling on itself. Because this isn't just a standalone conspiracy theory here. This is part of the big lie. Trump allies are laying the groundwork to claim that if they lose, if Trump loses, it's not because his party dug itself into a hole by pushing unpopular policies. It's because Taylor Swift is a deep state asset. It's all rigged in ways you can't imagine. It's because the famously liberal Pentagon is rigging the famously liberal NFL. It's Hugo Chavez and the Venezuelans flipping the votes. It's Italian satellites hacking the vote. Come on. To paraphrase Taylor Swift here, I'm sorry, Republicans, but you're the problem. It's you.